I am going to go ahead and I'm going to share with you why I am. Oh, real quick, before I do that, welcome to another episode of the Mind and Muscle Show. This is also going to go on my podcast for everybody who's here with me on Facebook. I'm going to go ahead and share why I choose to fast 20 hours a day. Yes, 20 hours a day, nothing goes in my panza other than water. I do drink a crap load of water. But I've been fasting for 20 hours a day for about 3 years now. 1 day a week, Saturdays in particular. It's usually Saturdays. It's never been any other day. Yeah, 1 day a week, I fast for 24 hours. So I fast 20 hours every day. But on Saturday, I fast for 24 hours. So if I eat at 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. the next day, on Friday, I literally won't eat again until 9 or 10 p.m. Saturday, right? So I want to go ahead and share why I've been doing this for 3 years. And no, it has nothing to do with fat loss or, because when people fast, what I tend to see is they do it majority because it's for fat loss. And I was the same way. I first got introduced to fasting. Intermittent fasting is what they call it. I got introduced to fasting by a past client of mine, actually, believe it or not. You know what? I actually heard of it before. I didn't understand the science behind it. I didn't look into it. I've just heard of it before. And then one of my clients, he was, you're crazy, bro. I'll be licking myself after 8 hours. Woo! Well, hopefully with what I share today, bro, I'll be able to inspire you to want to fast for yourself as well. And I'll give you some tips on how to actually make it worthwhile. Stick with it over a long period of time. After about 12 weeks, he had a pretty solid transformation. And he was all like, yeah, man, I didn't really tell you, but I also implemented fasting. I was like, oh shit, you were fasting, intermittent fasting? He was like, yeah. I was like, damn, I might need to give that a shot. Because at this time, I was down 70 pounds. I wasn't down the full 91 that I lost. I was down 70 pounds at this time. And I think it was because I didn't start tracking macros, calories, literally any of that until I was 70 pounds down. Straight up. I didn't track any of that until I was 70 pounds down. That's why we don't give clients meal plans and stuff like that. At least right off the bat, as of now. And that's when I started to get the desire of getting abs, of getting cut, of getting basically I lost weight. And since I lost the weight, the whole dang, I want to build a physique now. I want to chisel out a physique. I want to look a certain way. And it's common with a lot of my clients. They come in, they're like, I'm not really looking for abs, any of that. And then they're like, I just want to lose weight. They lose weight and they're like, God damn, how far can I go from here? It's kind of just what naturally happens. And so I started to get that desire to get abs. And I heard that intermittent fasting can help you burn more fat. Science says it actually can. So I initially I did start fasting for fat loss. That was it. I initially started for fat loss. Okay? And also, the health benefits are freaking tremendous, yo. They literally treat cancer with fasting. There's this awesome documentary that somebody on here, I don't know if she's watching right now, but she encouraged me to watch it. It's crazy. They were healing cancer through fasting. They just starved the cancer cell until it ate itself. Crazy. But the health benefits, it's like this. The health benefits of fasting, it's a humongous list. It does so much for your health. so much, especially for longevity. It's a very good thing in terms of longevity. But also, guys, your gut, your digestive system, it needs rest too, just like you. It's not a smart thing to consistently allow your digestive system to just consistently work. That's why the whole eat 8 meals a day, that shit is bullshit, yo. Don't ever fall for that. Eat 8 meals a day. Bullshit. Doesn't work. Doesn't speed up your metabolism. There is zero science to back that. Anyways, just consistently feeding yourself it never allows the healing process to take place down here, right? So it's not the most beneficial thing to do. So it just makes a lot of sense to give your stomach, treat your guys, like your gut does so much for you. You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for this thing. Appreciate it and treat it. Be nice to it. Be nice to it, okay? But I started because I thought, okay, dope. It's going to help me burn a little bit more fat. It's also increasing your GH, which is your growth hormone, meaning I'm going to be able to retain more muscle and build more muscle. Fuck yeah, let's do it. So I started fasting. I started with the whole, I stopped eating at 8 and I started eating at noon. That was it. I didn't eat past 8 o'clock p.m. and I did not eat until noon. If you look at it, majority of people, they actually fast already without even intentionally doing it. They actually intermittent fast already. Majority of people intermittent fast majority of the time because most people don't even eat their first meal until noon. Is that right for you? If you don't eat your first meal until noon, go and drop in a comment below. But also, this is most people, they just fast naturally. They don't intentionally know it or do it. They just naturally fast. However, on my journey of fasting, it just became a part of what I did. I was just I'm kind of used to it. Now, one thing is, Mark, if you're still watching, bro, and for anybody else that's watching, the first 2 weeks of fasting are gonna be more than likely pretty shitty. They're gonna suck, probably, to be straight up with you. At least as it did for me, and with clients that I see implement fasting, they also have a hard time easily within their first week or two. You see, especially for me, because I used to eat at 6 a.m. And so from going from eating at 6 a.m. to not eating until noon, that was just a stretch for me. Now, I don't eat until 6 p.m. Freaking crazy, right? But your body has to adapt itself. So it's going to be challenging whenever you first do it, right? Just stick it out. Just tough that shit out. Your body adapts and your body's going to know. But why I really fast? Well, first, there is a lot of health reasons, but that's not the primary reason I do it. Another great thing about fasting is it puts you back in the driver's seat of your own food, of the way that you eat. It puts you back in the driver's seat rather than letting food control you. People don't really control the way that they eat. It's they see something and it controls the way that they eat. It's the complete opposite around. Food's the god and you're the one who just does whatever it tells you to do. That's how a lot of people their relationship with food is. However, fasting, it immediately, it puts you back in the driver's seat, in the captain's seat of the way that you eat, because you now consciously tell yourself, no, I am not going to eat until this time. And what you see is you can kind of control your hunger. It's magnificent what this does. So that's a really good reason there. But another good reason, if I'm going to get to the core reason of why I do it, is it's a spiritual practice for me. Fasting is not a health thing for me anymore in terms of physical health. In terms of overall well-being, spiritual health, it's a spiritual practice for me. How is this a spiritual practice? Well, clearly every spiritual master, we're talking the Jesuses, the Buddhas, the Lao Tzus, all these masters, right? When you just look at the spiritual masters of what we know so far, every one of them fasted. They all talked about fasting. And one thing I like what the Buddha said was, I can laugh at hunger. Like, whoa. Like, I can laugh at hunger. That's some gangster shit right there. Like, damn. But there's a reason why it's done. It is a practice that separates you from the mind and from the body. I'm going to say that again because I know that was loaded. Fasting is a practice that separates you from the mind and from the body. You, my friend, are not a mind, and you're not a body. You're separate from these things. Now, please don't get hung up on the word separate, okay? Because in reality, like when we're looking at the fundamental level of reality, there's no such thing as separation. Like, separation is not real. It's like, literally, separation is not real. So don't get hung up on that word. I'm saying the word separation to communicate clearly, to communicate better for you, and kind of make this like, so your logical mind can grasp what I'm saying. Because I'm a very illogical person, just so you know. But there is a space in between you and what your body is and what your mind is. There's a space between you, okay? Your mind, and this is not my teaching. This is no whatsoever. Like, this is like just known. But the way that Sadhguru paints the picture is a beautiful thing. The way that he paints the picture is, your mind is just an accumulation of outward impressions. Think about it. Everything in your head is just an accumulation of everything you know. Everything that you that's why they say you can never think something that you've never thought before. You can never think something different. Because if you try to think something different, you're still thinking from where you've gathered your data. So the mind is an accumulation of just data, we can say. I'll answer that here in a bit. But the mind is an accumulation of data. The body is an accumulation of food. The only way your body was created in the womb is because your mother accumulated nutrients. Whether they were the best or not nutrients, that's not what we're talking about. But they gathered nutrients. They gathered calories, energy, that then created the body. You were born, and you continuously fed yourself. Your body is just a heap of food. Literally. So when they say you are what you eat, if you just live off of fast food, imagine the quality of your system. Extremely low. Extremely low. So what you eat literally turns into you. Not you. Turns into the body bag that you're wearing for this cold human experience. Since these are just accumulations, who's the one accumulating all of this shit? Who's the accumulator? Is that a word, accumulator? Who's the accumulator? That's you. Maybe you're aware of yourself, or maybe you're not. Hopefully I just got you a little bit more aware of what you really are. But there's a space in between you, this body, and everything you've gathered. Fasting, what that does is that allows you to kind of keep that space open or stretch that space. When you experience a gap in between you and your mind and you and your body, it's a real experience. Like, take it from, I can't put it in words, but when you can experience kind of being apart from your mind and your body, it's an experience. Like, that shit is real. Like, you can, like, it's like you can almost tangibly feel, oh my God, like, I'm not like all up in my body and my mind right now. I'm kind of just like here, observing all of it. That's cool. It's really cool. Really cool. I recommend you give it a shot. But what that does for me is the body gets hungry. I feel the body get hungry. I feel my stomach. I feel it trembling a little bit. I mean, I feel it like growling, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm starting to get a little hungry. However, since I know that I'm not this body, I say, you know, the body, it's a bit, the stomach's a bit empty. The stomach's a bit empty. But I'm fine. I'm good. The body's hungry. Yeah, the body's a little hungry. But I'm good. I don't need it. I'm good. For me, when that becomes like an experience, it just allows me to practice on a daily basis, completely separating myself from my mind and my body. This allows me to consciously direct the way I use my body and consciously direct the way I use my mind. Because I know that these things aren't me, they're just tools. So I can now that there's actually a gap here that I'm experiencing, I can utilize these tools much more effectively in a way that actually benefits this awareness, this being here. Okay? Because guys, you're not your mind or you're not your body. Like, let's get real. Think about it. You say my body, my mind. Who the hell is the one saying my? Like, what is like my cup? You know, my cup. Like it's look at it. It sounds weird, but if you just use your logic, it makes perfect sense. There's clearly a gap here. There's a space here in between you and what you call your body. Right? It's like my phone. There's a subjective experience. The subjective experience is me looking and observing this. And there's an objective reality. That's the phone. It's an object. The subject is aware of the object. You're aware you have a body and you're aware you have a mind. Is this not right? Same exact thing. Again, I don't fast because it helps me burn fat or it helps me increase my GH levels. It keeps my energy extremely high. It increases my lifespan. I don't fast because of that. I fast only for the benefit of experiencing. I fast only for the benefit of experiencing that space in between me and this body and this mind. I get to a point where I'm just like, wow. The body's hungry, but I am okay. I'm not hungry. I am full. I have whatever I need. When you can arrive to a place like that, you don't experience lack. You don't experience feeling empty or feeling like there's a gap. If you're feeling lack, you're in your head straight the fuck up. Straight up. Right? Now, if you're going to start fasting because your personal trainer told you to fast because it's going to help you with your weight loss, that's probably the stupidest reason to fast. Easily the stupidest reason to fast. If you're going to fast because it's going to increase your overall well-being and health condition, that's actually a really good reason. That's a good reason. To take care of your health, it's actually a really good reason to fast. But to fast as a spiritual practice, though, that's worth it. And I promise, you'll never want to go back to eating breakfast again. Or eating breakfast as soon as you wake up. I still eat breakfast, guys. I just eat breakfast at 6 p.m. Think about it. Breakfast is just breaking a fast. Break the fast. Everybody breaks a fast. I encourage you not to do it so early. Your gut is not, guys, if you look at the physiology, if you look at the biology of your gut, of your digestive system, it is not meant to consistently work. Your digestive system is not meant, it's not designed to work 24/7. If you eat dinner, you wake up, eat breakfast, you literally give your gut zero rest. You're not rejuvenating yourself. Like, you're not rejuvenating your cells on a deep level like that. Your gut is meant for long durations of time of complete rest. Complete rest. And when I'm not eating, drinking a shit ton of water. Now let me read the comment. It blows my mind that people think they are their bodies or their minds. Yeah, I know. It's not, and it's a very innocent thing. It's not like, oh, you're ignorant, you're stupid. Like, no. We're not born, we're born knowing everything I'm talking. Like, you guys know what I'm talking about. If it's starting to cause some kind of gut feeling, it's because you're starting to resonate. You're starting to remember, oh my God, this guy's helping me realize what I already know. But we're born in a world, especially in America, where you're just kind of raised to forget that shit. You're just raised to forget your nature. So what do I eat within the 4-hour period that I eat? I eat food. I eat egg whites, I eat spinach, I eat potatoes, I eat faux meat, like vegan meat. I eat every veggie you can think of. I eat fats, like nuts, peanut butter. Oh, I can go ham on some peanut butter. Honestly, and I can go ham on a freaking bag of nuts. All right, like literally, guys. Got a bag of nuts right here. Love me some nuts. Almonds are my favorite kind of nut. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little immature. I like to call it fun, being fun. So that's exactly why I fast. It's a spiritual practice. I don't do it for health reasons, and I do not do it for weight loss reasons. Right? Those things just happen to be a bonus. On my fasting journey, I just discovered how powerful of a spiritual journey it was. Do you watch your carb intake? No, not at all. Carbs are great. Do I watch my intake? Okay, you know what? Let me go back on that. Yes, I watch my intake. I don't eat crazy amount of carbs. Like, I watch my intake on fats, proteins, and carbs. I watch my intake on anything I eat because I am very focused on not overfeeding this mechanism. I don't want to overfeed my body when I know what overfeeding does to my body, which in turn is going to affect my mind, which in turn is going to affect my entire life, right? So when you look at food, look at it as in what's it going to do for you. Like, food can literally ruin your life, or it can be an amazing portal to discovery in life, depending on the way that you use it. But Veronica, I feel like you're kind of heading towards the point where you may have a belief that carbs make you fat. Because your comment, I'm going to address that and hopefully remove that belief from you right now. Because carbs don't make you fat at all. I got a couple of health coaches on here. I got Bianca. I got hey Justine. Oh my God, let me see you. Come on. I got Devin. I got a couple of health nuts on here. And I think we can all agree that carbs don't make you fat. The only thing that makes you gain weight, I'm sorry for saying fat, guys. I know that's not the best word to use, but that's literally just the way I think. What makes you gain weight is just eating too much of anything. Whether that's protein, whether that's fats, or whether that's carbs. You just eat too much of either one of those, weight gain starts to happen, okay? So that's, yeah, guys. So I hope this was like kind of like eye-opening for you, like, whoa. Because I didn't just come on here to share with you why I fasted. I came on here to kind of reassociate you, remind you, and realign you with what you really are. And I just use fasting to get your eyes on this video, because I knew that headline wasn't meant to educate you. That headline was meant to get you to click on this video. Hopefully to stick around. And then hopefully my energy, my personality made you want to stick around a little bit to kind of bring you to that point. So don't get so hung up on the food or the fasting. Come back and revisit where I shared about the separation again, with separation in between you and what you call this body and what you call this mind. That is what I really want you to take away from this video. Okay? I just had to find a smooth way to clothe it in a way to get your ass to watch this thing. All right? So, other than that, if you have any questions about anything I shared here today, if you want to chat about any of it, if you want, yeah, I'm as woo-woo as it gets. So no matter how woo-woo you want to get, let's talk. All right. So I hope that has helped you. And for my spiritually aligned people, if you do not fast, I recommend it that you give this a shot. Absolutely, Veronica. Absolutely. I'm so happy you got value from this. Okay. And if you got value from this, share it. Like, share this video. There may be somebody who may need to see this, right? Like it, love it. If you're watching the podcast, subscribe, share with a friend, share with a family member, leave a review, and yes. And if you're not on the podcast, or if you're not watching the podcast, then go to the dang podcast, because there's tons of stuff just as woo-woo as this. Okay, you can find it, the Mind and Muscle Show, everywhere but Spotify. I'm still still going at it with Spotify, damn it. But anyways, and if you're not watching on Facebook, go ahead and click the link in the show notes, and it'll bring you straight to the community. All right, love all of you guys forever. All right, see you later.